preface this by saying I sent an email a couple of nights ago. I took out everybody's email addresses. I made a copy. I gave it to. It's up there on the table. If you don't have a copy, I gave it to everyone. I wanted my words to be public, and I did call for the president to step down in that email due to constitutional violations. There's been a lot put forward. I have the list that I made of them. There's some from the bylaws and some from the Constitution. From the Constitution, Article 10, Section 5, subsection I and G, subsection I, G, H, K, Article 7, Section 5, subsection 3, F, J, Article 2, Section 5, subsection 2, C, E, Article 12, Section 2. And the bylaws, it's Article 9, Part E, Section 1, Article 12, Part D, Section 1, Article 10, Section 5, and that's all. So I want to also preface this. These are his constitutional violations that I found. I have a list here. If you want to look at it, it's yours. I do this as a member of the student body and a member of the student senate. To me, this is not personal. This is business. He hasn't been doing his job. I feel he should be removed. And so with that, I motion for the removal of the president, Kevin K. Hanley.
I second.
Okay.
Based on performance and attendance.
Given the fact that this will need to be unanimous vote, I feel like it would be a good idea to just have a show of hands. All those in favor of the motion, which was removing me as my duties as president, please vote now by show of hands. Aye. Okay. All opposed? Okay, the vote is not unanimous.
What is 2/3?
I'm sorry?
Yes, state law says it's 2/3.
Well, the district policy says it's 2/3. Could we do roll call? I move that we do roll call.
Absolutely. All right. Let's do a roll call vote. Debbie, have you been given the updated list of the senators?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Mr. Anaya, Mr. Venus, and Mr. Hayes.
Have they passed their competency test? Or is that illegal too? They passed them? Who corrected them? I have not corrected them yet.
But
She just received them this morning.
I just received them this morning, yes.
right, but I have the other paperwork.
And I don't recognize people as to being at the meetings for 3. Who all got appointed?
Mr. Anaya, Mr. Lemus, and Mr. Hayes Rams.
We've already talked to him. He hasn't met the meeting qualifications. So we're going to continue with
as
the
I recall,
illegalities?
As I recall, the meeting qualifications are set by the president, and I have yet to set any.
What?
Okay, can I get
That is true.
who is appointed now?
Mr. Williams,
I
Council
do
Clerk.
want
Can you
point
join us
out-
at the table, and then I'm going to need you each to spell your last name for me.
I do want to point out that I know you're doing this in order for them to be able to vote on this particular motion, and they would have to fill in their candidacy forms, I believe, and make sure that they're enrolled in the correct unit to think by our advisor before they would be able to be given voting rights. So I think that, all this time talking about whether they're eligible or not really doesn't make a difference for this particular matter.
Although that is a very valid point, it's confusing as to why this was not brought up during the candidate election part, at which point they were appointed. This is afterwards during removal, so I'm going to have to stick by my decision and let them into the Senate. If it so pleases, I don't believe that the 2/3 stands for removal, but we will continue the roll call vote anyways. The motion
You're
is on
so
the table.
sure that they're going to vote on your behalf? Is that
They
what you
already
mean?
did, and I think they should excuse themselves because they weren't privy to any of this information prior.
Roll call vote.
Read.
No.
No or yes? Wait,
Guess what?
what's the motion?
Yes, and yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Escuso.
No.
Herm.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Gutierrez. Morale.
No.
Busenko.
Present.
Okay, now I need, are we counting them or not?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, there's been a precedent in place that this board has, even since we transitioned to the new constitution and bylaws, where you all have allowed people to set
You guys
that
wouldn't let
precedent.
Manuel get reappointed, but that's against the Constitution. You guys are so
You're violating the
full of it.
bylaws, and you're out of order. There has been a precedent in place where members have been appointed, not only after turning in the paperwork before it was checked, but also even before turning in the paperwork, we have had members appointed. So because of that precedent, the direction we're moving on, I think, is appropriate.
Patty, please continue the roll call.
Okay, I need, oh, hey.